Hello, world, people of the internet. I need a haircut so bad. Is my camera gonna focus? These are the questions. Okay, I like filming here now, so here we go. Before I start, I'll do the thing again. I'm wearing lifeguard sweatshirt from something. I'm wearing leggings and my hair's a mess still. And I have that Pacifica eyeshadow on again, and I think everything else is the same. Okay. So, oh, one, can you tell I went to Ulta today? Can you? Okay. So today I was going to talk about my trip to Italy. If you did not know, 2 years ago almost, oh my god, 2 years, I went to the beautiful country of Italy. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done, and I want to go back so bad. It's so beautiful over there, and all the food was so good, and everything is just so nice, and my skin was glowing, and everything was good, but we'll get more into that. So I wanted just to tell you about it, because I like to talk about my travels, and I figured it'd be nice to share. So I went in April. I also give you some tips and tricks. Maybe, let's see, maybe you're going soon. I went in April. I went with EF Tours and the coolest Latin teacher ever, Miss Mac. Thank you for being my best friend. So she put the whole trip together, and it was the best thing ever because she was also my best friend. She helped start the club that I'm president of, and her and I are on the same page. We're the same person. And so we went to Italy in April. It was so pretty there. It was a jam-packed 8 days. So there was like one whole day of travel, and so we got on the plane in the mid-afternoon, and we got off the plane. Well, our time was like 4 in the morning, I think. And then there it was the start of the day. Maybe it wasn't 4 in the... No, actually no, it was like almost 9 a.m. there, so that makes sense. So that was awesome. We had a layover in Germany. It was so interesting to be in Germany for like half a second because it was just dreary outside. I got a cool picture. Insert here. And then it's just so cool to travel. I traveled with other students of mine, so we all went together. We sat into like different spots on the plane. Like EF Tours doesn't always get you seats next to each other. Luckily on my last trip they did, but like this one, the one I'm talking about now, they didn't. But so we flew there. It was my first really long flight. So if you're not used to long flights, it's okay. I mean, I couldn't sleep, but I had a book. So like bring a book, you can get a lot done. On the plane I was on Lufthansa because it's the German line. So on my flight I brought a book, and then they had music, so I just listened to the Ed Sheeran album they had like on repeat as I read, because I love that boy. But it was before Divide came out, so it was Multiply. It's really good. And then, so that was the flight there, and they didn't really have any food for me on the plane because of my stomach, and at the time I wasn't fully plant-based yet. I had just avoided cheese and meat for a very long time. And then on this trip, because I was like, when in Italy, do as the Romans did, but I don't know. But I just wanted to try, I think, pizza there once, and then after that I'm like, alright, I'm good, I don't want animals to be sad. And so the flight was okay. I think the only thing I ate on the flight was they had like these little crackers. I ate them on the last flight too, but they're like the oyster crackers. Yeah, that was it. But I brought Lara bars and stuff, so it was okay. And then In Italy, I had all my fancy outfits. I don't know if I have any pictures of them. I probably have pictures in a few of them. I took pictures. I didn't take pictures like of myself or get pictures of myself. I'm really bad at that. My past trip was better because the people around me like taking pictures too, so they were like, we're getting you pictures! I'm like, oh my god. So that was totally me being like, Jonathan. I don't think Jonathan watches these, but it's okay, because I thought of him. And then, so we landed in Italy. It was bright, sunny, and it was April where I'm from, so it was like still a little chilly. It was probably like 60 degrees for a high most days. We get off the plane and it's bright and it's sunny and it's like 75 degrees, and like the airplane, like where it landed, was so interesting because it was like grass around us. Then we had to take a little train thing to get back into the airport, and I had never had anything like that before. Like my airport's like right by the water. There's just tar in the city. So it was really cool. And then we got into the thing, you get your luggage. I think I had someone else get my luggage for me because it was my first trip overseas, my first trip out of the country, and I really overpacked. And it was my first trip on my own too, so I was like, I'm so nervous, what if I forget something? So that's one of my recommendations, don't overpack. If you think, oh, I may need this, you probably won't. I think I packed like an extra 2 outfits, and because I was worried, like, what if one gets wrecked? It's like, if one gets wrecked, you're not gonna go back to the hotel and change it. You're just gonna roll with it for the rest of the day, and like maybe you'll buy a shawl to throw over. Like, they're everywhere. I've like all the tourist stores and all, like, even some like the little local shops that we went to in like other villages. You're fine. Like, you'll be okay without that extra outfit. And also, like, re-wearing like a pair of pants isn't the end of the world. Like, at home, like, you're not supposed to wash your jeans that often. You're supposed to like let them sit. So if you just wore one pair of jeans the first day, as long as you didn't spill any like coffee on them, you'll be fine. Oh, this is gonna be such a long video, I'm so sorry. And then, so we got off the airport, we got our things, and we started on our adventure. We went to Rome first, and we started our day in Rome, and it was so pretty there. It's so hot, but so pretty, and I loved the hotel. The hotel, like where the hotel was so cute. I cannot remember for my life. And right next to it was a little supermarket. So like me and my friend Caitlin, one night we went over and we're like, we're gonna go buy food for the kids, like for the rest of the kids on the trip. So we were like mom and dad taking on the grocery store, and we couldn't figure out how to get in because everything was written in Italian. So be aware, maybe take a little Italian course before you go over there, because I'd only taken Latin, and that didn't help me when I was trying to read Italian. Like, the words didn't it was so bad. But the hotel was so cute. At night they'd leave the doors to the street open so you could hear like little cars come by, and the warm breeze would come in, and it's just a feeling that I don't even know how to describe. And I love that as I'm saying this it starts snowing, but it was the nicest feeling ever, like the most calming. It's just a feeling you can only get when you travel to someplace new, and they have just something that it's different. You can feel it in your heart. It's so cool. But yeah, that hotel is really nice. I liked that hotel. They had good roommates. I woke them up one night. I feel so bad. Not one night before dinner. That's later on, but like I poured a little water on them because they wouldn't get up, and we had to go to dinner. Oh wait, I'm gonna say so much. So there's that hotel. It was so cool. And then throughout those days while we were in Rome, we went to the Colosseum. We went to like all the cool spots around Rome. We walked around like the streets and went to the shopping. It was so cool. Being in another country is so cool, especially when it's like 20,000 times older than you could ever imagine, because the United States is a little bub in history. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was so cool. And then I went to, after Rome, I could probably talk all day about how I want to go back to Rome. The food was amazing. I tried gelato there. We got to this shop, it was like fresh food. It was so cool, and everyone was Italian, everyone had good hair, and like I'm Italian, that's why I'm Irish, but that's why I have really dark like eyebrows and long eyelashes and the dark hair, and the paleness is actually from, I think, my Sicilian side, because I'm Italian, but like Sicily's where we're from, and my great grandma was pale as a ghost, and she was right off of Sicily, like her family 100% Sicilian. So let's go. Like I saw her in a picture and she was, you couldn't tell because it was black and white. It's so cool. But Rome was amazing. I loved Rome. I would love to go back. We went around at night one time, and you like can just drive around to like their Capitol building area, and it's so pretty. Everything in that area, it's just, you want to take a picture of everything. And we went to at night we had like a little excursion, and we walked along this like little alleyway that had like shops, and people were there, and people were eating dinner outside. It was like 9 at night, because people there like eat meals for like 3 hours, like their dinner. It's so cool. Like they have dinner and they'll stay up and have their like cappuccino or whatever. And it's so nice that they, oh, I'm dropping things. It's so nice that they all, one second. Okay. But it was so cool because they like eat dinner and they just talk, and it like shows how they're kind of a little more laid back in their lifestyle, which is so cool. Like, oh, it was so nice because everyone was so nice. And then there was like a pretty fountain that you could go, we took pictures by, and it was just beautiful at night. And it was warm. I can't get over the warmness. It was so good. And then, so after what am I talking about? So warm. And then like that night we went back to our hotel, and then I think the next day we went up. You like have to get up early in the morning if you want to like do things, and you're kind of like running off of adrenaline because you're like, this is the best thing ever, and you wake up at 6 every day and you're like, let's get dressed, I want all good, and oh, it's so cool. Oh, also I tried pizza, and the margarita pizza was incredible, absolutely incredible. And the entire time I'm there, I did not have spaghetti with pasta sauce because they don't always have that, apparently. So I felt a little uncultured there. And then after Rome, I went to Pompeii. Pompeii, I want to study in Pompeii. I don't think it has anything to do with my major. Maybe I could try and like work it, like I can try to research the politics of what Pompeii was like, which would probably be really interesting. Roman like history is just the coolest thing. But That was so cool. It was just like a moment captured in time. It even had like little places where people used to perform, had bed, like the size of the beds. People were really short there. Like I think the average male size was 5'10" and the average female size was like 5'2", 5'3", which I mean is pretty close to the average, but like it was just, they were all small. They all fit in really tiny beds. And it was so cool to see there were still wheel marks from chariots running through the city, like the streets of the city. There were sidewalks or crosswalks, because they had big stones in the middle of the road. I'll try to insert pictures and stuff throughout this entire thing. I should be inserting pictures. If I'm not. There were just little blocks along the road, like in the center. It would be like 1, 2, 3, and you'd like step over them. It would be like, it was kind of like, what's the thing, like hop skip. I forget the name of it, but it's like when you hop from one thing to the next. But they had crosswalks. They had crosswalks in ancient Rome. People knew what to do. They were geniuses. It's so cool that they like came up with these different ways to do things. There are bathhouses. Like the amount of thought that went into all of that, and they're still there. And like some of the art around the area, it kills me. Why do I feel? Oh, I think I skipped. Okay, we're gonna go back. Before we left Rome, we went to the Vatican. The Vatican, I need to go back. It was one of the prettiest places. And now that I've taken AP Euro and gone through like the history of the art, and I know more about it and I want to learn so much more about it, that place is incredible. The Sistine Chapel, I could try to describe it to you in words. You can't describe it. Like, there's nothing that compares. It is insane how beautiful that place is. Even like minus the like religious aspect of it, it's so incredible how throughout history it has stayed there. It is beautiful. There's so much art and so much beauty, and oh my gosh. Oh wow, I miss it so much. It was so perfect there. That day was really hot also. And you had to like cover your knees and your shoulders. I was wearing a long dress that day. I still own it and you'll probably see it because I wear it. And it was such a beautiful area. I got a really yummy lunch too. I forget what I got, but it was really good. There was just so much. It was such a pretty area. You can get rosary beads if you have any friends who are very Catholic, or I got rosary beads for, I believe, my grandma and my friend Abby, and I had them like blessed by people at the Vatican, and it's so cool that you can like just go there and you're like, I went to the Vatican, and like, because people talk about it and you see it on TV, but then you see it in real life and you're like, oh my god. And then it makes sense why like they'll have things outside sometimes, because you saw the place where they all can sit, and it's crazy. And the amount of security too for that place, crazy. But I loved the Vatican. It was beautiful. And then, oh no, my battery's gonna run out. No, I need to finish this. Okay, let's keep talking until it dies. And then, so the Vatican, and then, so then we went to Pompeii. Pompeii is amazing, as I've already stated. Then after Pompeii, we drove down. Also, the drive down from Rome to the Bay of Naples, beautiful. It's just like fields and farms and mountains, and you're like, why don't I ever see anything like this? Like, it's different than the mountains up in like New Hampshire or Vermont. It's everything in the world is so pretty and has its own distinct look. It's just so beautiful. And there's just like history there. Like, you'll see it on the side of the road, like ruins, ancient Roman ruins. Like, what? And just seeing ancient Roman ruins like in Rome and Pompeii. And then I went to Sorrento, and like seeing stuff there, and then Capri, because we took a ferry to Capri, is incredible. It's so cool to be able to like touch it and be like, it's history. And then Sorrento was the next place we went after Pompeii. Sorrento, I think, was my favorite. It was a little coastal city. There's like, it's made up of different, it's the Amalfi Coast. It's made up of different little areas. Each house is like colorful on the edge of the water. The sunsets are amazing, and the streets are terrifying. The streets are absolutely terrifying. I can't even. Yeah, it's beautiful. That just reminded me, I climbed Mount Vesuvius. We climbed at Mount Vesuvius. First, you get taken up by a bus for like to a certain point that you then walk from. Oh my god, that was the hottest day by far. I only had like one pair of shorts too, so I'm like, what? I wasn't expecting it to be as hot as it was. And then we climbed Mount Vesuvius. It was 2,000% worth it, but it was terrifying going up on the road. Like, I like to watch, but some people were like, I can't look. So we went up, and when you got to the top, you could see inside the little volcano. Okay. Oh, let me get back into it. Sorry about that. It got a little messed up there. Let's see if it's. Are we okay? Are we good? Everyone's safe. Everyone's good. Okay. So back to it. Italy, the whole shebang. We climbed Mount Vesuvius, and it was beautiful at the top. I'll insert pictures of everything, obviously. And at the top of the Amalfi Coast, not at the top of Amalfi, at the top of Mount Vesuvius, you could look down and see all of the Amalfi Coast, like the Bay of Naples, and it was beautiful, and you could obviously understand why like Pompeii happened. And so it goes around in a circle, and you can see Capri from afar, and you understand also like why they write reports about it from there or from the other end of the bay, like why the written reports of the day of Pompeii. So if you ever are curious, you can look those up. There's a really funny one about how a guy had his, I forget if it was his son or nephew, stay home and like do his homework, and because of it he stayed alive, and whoever told him to stay home died because they went to go look at the volcano. So listen to your guardians, they know best. But it was so cool, and if you can't tell, I love history, and I especially love Roman history. It's really cool. I like American history really. I like history in general. I actually shouldn't say that, but I really love Roman history. Like, I could sit down. I watched all of I, Claudius in my Roman classical cultures class, and I enjoyed it. Watch it, and you'll understand. Like, it's a very long television series, so it can get a little much, but I also had an amazing teacher, so it's okay. Then, what else happened in Rome? I'm probably also off, because I think before I was like over here, and now, I don't know. It was so cool. And then Sorrento was absolutely beautiful. I want to go back there. Probably more than I want to go back to Rome, I think. I don't know. I just loved it so much. It was so good. It was just the happiest place. I bought so many things in Sorrento. Like all my touristy gifts, I think for most people, I bought them in Sorrento because it was the nicest in Sorrento. And then we went to, where else did we go? We went to Capri. Capri, I want to go my honeymoon Capri. I'm gonna go buy a house in Capri, even though I don't think they're allowed to build anything new in Capri. Like, it's because they preserve everything. I think all the houses are really brightly colored. It's real cute, and everything is so pretty, and the water is so blue. I never thought I'd see water so blue. And then I saw Greece too. I was like, oh my god. But it was so beautiful there. And then you learn history as you go, and you learn so much just about everything. And when on Capri, I understood why the emperors of like ancient Rome, like the old rulers of Rome, had their like houses, had their like beach houses there. Like they would vacation there. Like I get it. Or I get why Augustus loved it there so much. It's beautiful. And it has like those picturesque caves. I really wanted to go. We were supposed to have a little boat tour, but that day it was a little too windy. I really want to go back and go to the Blue Grotto. The Blue Grotto is like a little cave area you have to kayak or canoe through, and it can be a little dangerous if the water's not good, but it's like naturally lit up inside a light, like pretty blue. It's one of those picturesque things, and it looks so cool. It's one of those nature. Italy is a combination of some of the most beautiful history and some of the most interesting history, like paired with some of the most beautiful natural beauty, like natural why can't I talk? Natural landscapes. It's amazing. Nature is so cool. And then cars. And so Capri was amazing. They had really good lemon cookies because Capri's what made Italy like famous for like their lemony desserts, like lemon like ricotta stuff. Like that. It's a thing. So I got some really good lemon cookies there. And they're very famous for making sandals and capris and caprese sandwiches. It's all coming together now, yay! So I had a caprese sandwich there because yes, I still ate cheese at this time. And the funniest thing was, in Italy, my stomach problems did not affect me, as like, except for when I got stressed, so like it affected me there. But food-wise, nothing. Like especially when I was in Sorrento and Capri, nothing. I could eat cheese, I could have meat, but I don't think I ate meat after, like, I only had meat like once in this thing that they give you like pre-made dinners and stuff, and I was like, I'm good. So I just ate it because it's like what you're gonna get. But for everything else, like, I just had caprese sandwiches. It was so good. It's so fresh. Everything there is so fresh, and the food there just makes you feel so good. The sun there makes you feel so good. Some people went swimming in Capri. I would not have been able to. I don't think. It was really cold. I also am not like the most comfortable person when it comes to swimming. I did really well in Greece, but like so it was a little chilly, but people still did it because they wanted to go swimming in the Mediterranean. Luckily, I got to go back and swim in the Mediterranean, so we're okay. But it was so beautiful just to look at it, and the whole area, it was just amazing. And then after Capri and Sorrento, we went back to Rome for our last day. I didn't really go day by day, but I don't have the best recollection. Like, I'd have to look back at some old notebooks and stuff of when I wrote about it. But we went to, what am I doing? What did we do? We went back to Rome, and then we got to go shopping in like the Roman Center, around all the cool stuff. In Italy, you gotta watch out for pickpockets. And then we went to a store in Italy, and we were shopping, and I was with like my teenage friends. We're all teenagers, so we all look like young, and like I still had braces, and we were in there in a store, and I could tell that the associates, because I was an associate, like I have my associate voice, and I have my and like I know when another associate, I don't like to talk bad about customers, but I know when an associate is talking rudely about customers. So I started giving them a death glare because I'm like, excuse you for talking about us in a rude way just because we're kids and like we're looking at your store and we're probably going to buy clothes. It seemed like a hip fashion place for like European teenagers, and we were just like, we want to go in. So we were looking, and then they like gave us like weird looks, and they were doing what I said, and so I started giving them a death glare, and then one of them asked if I knew Italian because they knew, and I'm like, and they asked like worried, and I'm like, mm-hmm. And like they asked all my friends like, does she speak Italian? And I just wanted to be like, I wish I did right now. I wanted to like tell them off in Italian. That would have been so funny. Oh my god. Because I was the only one, I think I was like one of the only ones in the group who looked truly Italian. But anywho, well, that was my little story there about that day, about how upset I was. I was not a happy camper. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's rude to make presumptions, and I don't like to do it. It's not something I do, and for someone else to do it to me, I was like, yeah, you really think we're gonna come in here and like steal stuff? Thanks. Anywho, but that was the only like bad part of Italy. Besides, it wasn't even that bad. It was kind of funny, because then they asked the thing about if I spoke Italian, I just died laughing. I promise I'm not a mean person. I don't like when other people are mean. But yeah, Italy was incredible. The flight home, like I think it was when I slept. I always sleep on flight homes and flights to home, and it was needed. And once I got home, my bed was needed. I was so tired, but so happy, and I got a tan. Like a nice tan, like a light tan, because I usually don't tan. And I wear sunscreen every day because I'm that person. In the group, I'd be like every day, where's your sunscreen? Are you wearing it? So, wow, I'm really connected with you. I'm sorry. Hope you enjoyed that spiel. Don't overpack. I almost passed the weight limit on my way home. Like, yeah, it's just you don't need everything. When you first go traveling, I think it's kind of inevitable like that you're gonna overpack because you just think, oh, I need to do it or else I'm never gonna be able to get everything I need to get. So, but you will, you're fine, I promise. Alright, that is all. I love you all so much. Please like, subscribe, comment any questions you have. Maybe I'll make a travel guide video. Wouldn't that be fun? This is, oh my god, I didn't even say. I'm gonna do like a travel segment on my channel. This is the beginning of the travel segment, which includes travel stories, travel tips, all that. Okay. Now that you know. Thank you. If you couldn't tell, I'm tired. Please subscribe. I love you all. Follow my Instagram at Grace Dooner, or go to my Twitter at Forever Love Grace if you have any questions, concerns, comments, I don't know. Anywho, thanks, bye!